Florida's median home price is supposed to hit $405,000 in 2026. But behind that headline, 15 of the 20 worst home price declines in America are happening right here in Florida. The state that led the country in population growth just 2 years ago now leads the country in price cuts, rising inventory, and foreclosures. 3 forces are driving this. Insurance premiums that run 181% above the national average. A new condo safety law triggering 6-figure special assessments on owners who had no idea they were coming. And 93% collapse in domestic migration since the pandemic peak. People are still moving to Florida, just not at the pace that justified what sellers were asking. These are the 10 Florida cities where the housing market is crashing the fastest right now. Number 10, Pensacola. Escambia County's Zillow Home Value Index sits at $264,000, down 3.6% year over year. Homes are spending more than 100 days on market, and about 30% of all listings have already cut their asking price. The bigger story is what happened in August 2025, when FEMA released updated flood maps placing thousands of Pensacola properties into special flood hazard areas for the first time. Mandatory flood insurance is now required for homeowners who never paid it before. Multiple private carriers have already pulled out of Northwest Florida entirely. Downtown Pensacola tells the most dramatic story. The median sale price dropped 31.5% year over year in August 2025, with homes sitting 136 days before finding a buyer. The city has been hit by 4 major hurricanes in 20 years. Insurance is not getting cheaper. The new flood maps are not going away, and the math of owning a home on Florida's panhandle is harder than it has ever been. Number 9, Ocala. The Zillow Home Value Index reads $271,737, down 3.85% year over year. Homes are spending 106 days on market with a sale-to-list ratio of just 0.97. Active inventory surged over 40% year over year. The foreclosure rate is the 3rd worst in the nation, at 1 in every 665 homes. ATTOM ranks it as one of 5 metros at very high risk of further declines. The problem is overbuilding. Marion County has over 86 new construction communities actively selling, led by On Top of the World, with 10,000 planned units starting at $250,000. Builders are undercutting resale sellers on price and offering rate incentives that individual homeowners cannot match. Investor flip returns collapsed from 492% in 2024 to 124% in 2025, the single largest return crash ATTOM tracked nationally. Ocala was the fastest growing metro in America 2 years running. That growth attracted every national builder. Now the pipeline has overshot demand and prices are paying the price. Number 8, Jacksonville. The median sale price sits at $300,000 per Redfin's February 2026 data, with year-over-year declines between 2 and 5% depending on the source. But agents on the ground say the headline numbers are hiding the real pain. Active listings exploded from 2,000 in early 2022 to roughly 12,000 by late 2025. There are now 5 sellers for every 1 buyer. One home required a $100,000 price cut and sat 67 days before selling, leaving the seller with nothing left over. Redfin ranked Jacksonville 3rd nationally for the biggest year-over-year home price decline among major metros. Construction Coverage named it the worst large metro housing market in America. 64% of July 2025 sales closed below list price. Foreclosure activity ranks 6th nationally. Jacksonville grew fast, it built fast, and now it has far more inventory than buyers can absorb. Number 7, Lakeland. Polk County holds the worst foreclosure rate of any metro in the country, at 1 in every 470 homes according to ATTOM's 3rd quarter 2025 data. The Zillow Home Value Index reads $292,907, down 3.49% year over year. Homes spend 91 days on market, up 52% from 1 year ago. More than 56% of homes sold below asking price in June 2025. The cause is simple and brutal. Polk County issued over 200,000 construction permits in 2022 alone. National builders flooded the market and are now offering rate buydowns to an effective 5.27% to move inventory, versus 6% or higher for resale homes. Resale sellers simply cannot compete. Buyers who can wait are choosing to rent, and Polk County's foreclosure rate has become a national cautionary tale about what happens when a market builds faster than its own population can grow. Number 6. Fort Myers. Redfin's February 2026 median was $340,000, down 10.2% year over year. Homes spend 65 days on market, UP sharply from 42 days a year ago. But Fort Myers Beach is the market that defines what Hurricane Ian truly cost Lee County. The February 2026 median, there was $580,000, down a shocking 30.7% year over year. Homes sit 134 days before selling. The Redfin Compete score is just 4 out of 100, not 40, 4. More than 3 years after Ian, the community is nowhere near recovery. One hotel owner said the cost to rebuild her 5-room inn would be roughly $4 million. The numbers do not work, she said. Lee County home values are now more than 16% below their August 2022 pre-hurricane levels. A local realtor was direct. If the economy continues like this for another year, there will be a lot of foreclosures coming. Number 5. Port and Sarasota. The metro declined 7.54% year over year per Zillow, making it the third worst nationally. Realtor.com projects an additional 8.9% decline in 2026, ranking it second highest in projected losses for the entire country. Northport's average home value is down 9.3% year over year. Sarasota condo prices dropped 11.8% in November 2025, and by October the condo median hit $310,000, down 19.5% from the prior year. The most alarming stat, 48% of all listings in this metro have price reductions. That is the highest rate of any metro in the United States. In Venice, active inventory surged 59% year over year, pushing months of supply to 10.8. Even Welland Park, which ranked 6th nationally for new home sales in 2024, saw a 15% year-over-year decline. The overbuilding and the insurance repricing hit this market faster than almost anywhere else in the state. Number 4, Tampa. Tampa holds the worst ranking in the Case-Shiller 20-city home price index, posting 13 consecutive months of annual declines at negative 3.9 to 4.16% year over year. The Zillow Metro wide value dropped 6% year over year through December 2025. The condo median is $255,000, down 12%. Active listings in January 2026 hit the highest level since Florida Realtors began tracking in 2008. Months of condo supply reached 13.2. Redfin data shows that 35.8% of Tampa homes purchased after July 2022 that are currently listed face the risk of selling at a loss. In Riverview and Wesley Chapel, investors are liquidating at 20% losses from their purchase price 2 years ago. Then hurricanes. Helene and Milton arrived in 2024. Flood zones stopped being abstract. In Pinellas County, remediated flood homes in St. Pete Beach and Treasure Island are now selling for 60 to 70% of pre-storm values, often at land value. Realtor.com forecasts an additional 3.6% decline for Tampa in 2026. Number 3, Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale's condo market has hit a level of distress that is reshaping what it means to own property in South Florida. Months of condo supply reached 20 on Fort Lauderdale Beach alone. Broward County condo sales dropped 24% in May 2025. In the ultra-luxury segment above $6 million, there were 0 closed sales in the first half of 2025. The new Florida condo safety law requires associations to fully fund structural reserves starting January 1st, 2026. The result is six-figure special assessments landing on owners who bought their retirement condos years ago with no warning this was coming. One building was evacuated for safety concerns with repair costs of $4.5 million for just 18 units. One complex levied $134,000 per unit. Another hit owners with $400,000 each. One Fort Lauderdale woman bought her condo for $145,000 in 2021, spent $20,000 on upgrades, listed at $255,000 after 2 price cuts, and found virtually no buyers. More than 1,400 Florida condo buildings are now flagged as ineligible for conventional financing. Governor DeSantis acknowledged it publicly. "We have got a problem with our condo market right now." Number 2, Cape Coral. The Wall Street Journal named Cape Coral the worst housing market in America on June 30, 2025. The metro declined 9.19% year over year per Zillow. Active listings surged from 1,802 in 2021 to more than 14,000 by mid-2025, an 8-fold increase. More than half of all listings have had price cuts. Nearly 8% of homeowners are underwater, the highest rate in the country. One investor's home, purchased 3 years earlier and fully furnished with a pool, was listed at $675,000, cut to under $500,000, roughly $100,000 below purchase price, sat on and off the market for a full year, and received 0 offers. Another investor sold at a $200,000 loss, telling the Journal she faced a choice between losing $49,000 per year or walking away. Cape Coral's June 2025 median of $361,975 is nearly identical to its October 2021 median. Every dollar of pandemic gain has been erased. Foreclosure filings hit 1 in every 189 housing units in 2025. The Wall Street Journal was not exaggerating. Number 1, Punta Gorda. The Punta Gorda Metro posted the single worst home price decline of any metro area in the entire United States at negative 11.93% year over year, per Zillow's January 2025 to January 2026 data. Active listings sit 114% above the long-term average, the largest inventory spike of any metro tracked nationally. Homes spend an average of 99 days on market. Price cuts affect 31.2% of all listings. In the Punta Gorda Isles neighborhood, the median sale price crashed 21.9% year over year. 99% of its properties carry extreme flood risk. Burnt Store Isles posted average sale prices down 13.6% from peak. The market scores just 24 out of 100 on Reventure's Home Price Forecast Index. Hurricane Ian was the trigger, but insurance is the reason sellers cannot leave. Average homeowner insurance in Charlotte County runs $3,212 per year, and it is still rising. Nearly 400 properties are currently in some stage of foreclosure. Punta Gorda is the clearest picture available of what happens when a market built on pandemic speculation finally meets the real, honest, unavoidable cost of living on Florida's Gulf Coast. Florida home prices went up 60% between 2020 and 2022. The math that made that possible has now completely reversed. Insurance is repricing climate risk. The condo safety law is repricing what aging buildings actually cost to maintain. Mortgage rates are repricing who can actually afford to buy. And buyers across every price point are repricing what Florida is worth to them. The cities on this list are not outliers. They are the leading edge of a correction that is still moving through the most overbuilt, overinsured, and overpriced housing market in America. If you own in Florida, or you are thinking about buying in Florida, these numbers are the ones you need to understand before you make that decision.